So one of the first mods that you can get at a junkyard or get on eBay, sometimes for pretty cheap, usually under $100, is the 04 to 08 Grand Prix GXP / Bonneville pedals. They are pretty cool because they are metal. Here's your brake pedal, and then there's your gas pedal. Now to get this off, when you're trying to remove it at a junkyard, you're going to have this pin that runs through, which will show you that hole. You have that hole, there's going to be a clip right about here. You're going to use a pair of pliers or something to slide it off. Once you slide it off, that clip, this whole mechanism will slide off, and you're going to have your spring sitting something like that. It's pretty easy to take off at a junkyard, and they don't charge much. And then also, while you're at it, if you're switching to E85 on your cars, a cool thing to add to the back or the side of your cars is the flex fuel emblems. You can get those off of anything newer, so like the Tahoes, the Suburbans, Impalas, a lot of Buicks, they're going to have that. The only thing is, because these are old, you are going to have to color in some of the green sections that are missing, which is this X. But you can use a marker, or if you have a girlfriend or wife, borrow some of their nail polish, and that works perfect for those. Now they did come with 2 different sizes. I think the bigger ones are on the Tahoes and Suburbans, and the smaller ones are on the Impalas. But as long as you get a couple for your Grand Prix, that's a cool feature. Duraflex, you get them on eBay. Usually for the pair, they're going to have some like vents in the back of it, so it's a directional. So especially if you guys are supercharged and you have the big full stacks and you're running all the boost and you need heat to be removed from your engine bay, these Duraflex ones are pretty cool. They do require some modifications, like you're gonna have to drill your own mounting holes. Usually, from what I've seen on eBay, they're about $300, $320, depending on your location. And then a lot of times they're free shipping, so that's a cool thing too. Are going to be the 13 to 19 Calic ATS brembo calipers. You don't need the rotors, you just need the calipers. They're a good upgrade. Now you do have to use them with GXP rotors. So you'll need a 04 to 08 Grand Prix GXP rotor for the front, and then these will bolt up instead of the GXP calipers. You'll have a 4-piston caliper, which is a good setup. It will be a great upgrade. You can usually get those calipers at a junkyard for under $200 with a pair. If you go to one that you pull it yourself, you can probably get it even cheaper depending on your area. There's a lot of these parts that you can get from a junkyard. I use carparts.com to find it in my local area, so I don't have to go hunt and make random trips that I don't really need to, especially if I'm looking for special parts. Now, if I just want to have a junkyard day, that's a different story, but it has helped me out over the years, and it should help you out too, so that's a great option. Now, if you don't like the factory grills on a Grand Prix, a lot of people don't. There is 2 different options you can do. One is if you want to go real expensive, and this option usually runs about $200 to $400. It's called GPO inserts. Now there is a guy on Facebook Market and a lot of the 3800 groups, he does sell the inserts. He makes them painted to whatever color you want, or he makes them in carbon fiber. Or if you don't have that kind of coin at the moment to spend, you can go this other option, metal inserts, or they call them mesh inserts. What they're going to do is you take the screws out of your factory insert, and then they go in a certain way, so they give you the fancy look. So to show you, this is kind of roughly what your Grand Prix would look like with those on there. It's not 100% because they're just laying there, but it kind of gives you an idea. It spruces it up, makes it look different. Now, the GPO inserts I was talking about, it will cover this area. You will have to take these out most of the time, because there's going to be a section right here you'll have to adjust, but they'll cover this whole section and right here, so it'll cover, and it'll cover on both of them. A cool upgrade that is under 500 bucks is top swap, and that is the next best thing if you want a cheap budget friendly boost option. It does require a lot of work. If you're not mechanically inclined, it's something I wouldn't mess with, but it is a cool option. I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what a NA 3800 would look like. Now it does have the upgraded Series 3 intake, but that's what supercharged option on a 3800. Now I see the supercharger is facing the wrong direction because it's just sitting on there, but you got the idea. So if you want to be unique and you don't want to go to a junkyard, or you don't want to buy your newer Grand Prix wheels or newer GXP wheels or Bonneville wheels or Impala LTZ wheels, or even the Mustang wheels because you just don't like those, the next coolest wheel is off of a Tesla, and they are the same bolt pattern as our cars, and they're perfect. And a lot of times you can get them cheap because those Tesla guys, especially if they're racing, upgrading to bigger wheels because they're doing bigger brakes. A lot of times you can get these wheels for pretty cheap, so it's just something to think about. Interesting look, and they come in 18s and 19s, and I've seen some 17s, so they do fit and they don't require any like spacers or anything, so it's a cool upgrade to add to your car. And you want to change the rear bumper, you just don't like the stock bumper anymore, that lower section will detach, it's just riveted in. You can upgrade to the 04 to 08 special edition. They usually run on eBay about 120 bucks to 150 bucks, but it does make a cool upgrade and gives your back end of your car a unique look. Something to think about. Or you can look for them at a junkyard. That's another option. They're going to be a lot cheaper there, but the availability is going to be harder to find. So just something to think about. All those options that are budget friendly that will save you some money, especially if you go to the Facebook market or eBay, or follow some people on these 3800 groups that are willing to get rid of the stuff that aren't scammers. If this was helpful and informative, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.